Boxing has a quirky way of scoring. It's round by round, and unless there's a knockdown, it's just 1 point per round.
Yeah.
So sometimes you could see a fight, and at the end you go, fighter A won. But when you break it down round by round, you go, oh, I guess it was 6-6.
Wishing you nothing but the best. Everybody believes you're a rising star, and I hope it proves true. And thus far, you're doing your thing. Congratulations to you.
And some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter.
Come on, man. Start that. Two different body types. One to me is a better puncher.
True, yes.
Shakur can punch way better to the body than Lomo can.
Loma has more power at his weight than Shakur has had so far.
For sure. And
his weight.
No, I agree with this. Shakur is longer than Loma and naturally bigger, but you can't say that Shakur's ahead of Loma. He has not proven that yet. Maybe he will be, but man, that's a lot. Very few fighters.
He's a great.
Yeah,
but who's your favorite fighter, Shady?
Bro,
he's telling you.
Shady also loves Teo. Shady's a big Teo.
That's why one thing about your boy, I keep it 1,000. I don't have no favorites. Shakur is my guy. He's my guy.
Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman applauded Shakur's quickness and timing, noting that he appeared precise, composed, and clearly superior to Teofimo.
Question, even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, like he had some medical condition in his esophagus that like was dangerous actually, and it looked like an off night. By the way, George Kambosos doesn't like when I say this, and I apologize. I understand it feels unfair to you, and maybe it is.
Max Kellerman adds that it's hardly surprising given that Teofimo even fell to Kambosos, who doesn't possess the level of skill that Shakur Stevenson brings.
What's up, man? How you doing,
Your
man?
thoughts on tonight?
Just grateful to be here, man. That's all.
You put on a performance tonight and unfortunately came up short, but what was it that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson?
Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the right plan. That's all. Better man won tonight. Good fan.
Do you feel like you'd like to run it back at some point with Shakur? I know you're someone that always wants to event like that time Kambosos beat you. You want to do it straight away, right?
We'll see what happens next, man. I'm going to let my team do the work.
After the defeat and with an injured eye, Teofimo acknowledges that his strategy didn't work, admits the better fighter prevailed, and offers his respect with composure.
He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming through.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing, you know. And tomorrow he was.
Ryan Garcia tweeted on X that Teofimo's strategy was flawed, pointing out the tactical errors that let Shakur Stevenson take control with ease. Terrence Crawford also praised Stevenson, calling him not just talented, but exceptional, the best, and noting that his dominance is now undeniable to everyone.
He better leave that alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance
He
tonight?
did what he had to do, man. You know, there's always room for improvement. You know, I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You know, you also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we're on the outside, you know, but I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better, you know.
What did you see from the outside that he might?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that. He could have touched on, but again, he's in there, you know, so he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not, so you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on well, he tried to get going, he just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first.
Wade Pellman comments, Shakur Stevenson might very well be the top boxer in the world today. He dominated Teofimo Lopez effortlessly. With this victory, Shakur confirms his status as the best. Andre Ward reacts live, affirming that Stevenson is exceptional and will keep demonstrating it.
Honestly, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands and starts playing the clown game, he got answers. He's down to just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And, you know, was that 4 divisions now? 26, 30, 35, 40?
How good is Shakur? I interviewed Terrence Crawford and he said he could be the greatest of all time.
We don't know. He's not done yet. You know, he's not done yet. He's a great for sure. How great, we gonna see. You know, he got a lot. He can box as long as he wants.
He states that Shakur is among the top 4 fighters globally and will keep proving his dominance.
And let me tell you, Shakur moves so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, you know, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the 4th round.
After the 4th round?
Yeah.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know. You know, it's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, you know, he tried. He definitely tried. His dad was emotional. You know, he wanted him to do better, but, you know, this is boxing.
Lennox Lewis responds to Shakur Stevenson's control over Teofimo Lopez, saying it's difficult to challenge such an exceptional mover, and that he anticipated Shakur's dominance.
You think like that? He took it out of him.
Nah, I wasn't surprised because the ref kept saying, "Show me something, Jermaine. Show me something." And one time, Jermaine was like, "All right," he's like, "For real." So I wasn't surprised at all. And plus, his eye was shut, it was bleeding. Like it was time to stop.
Incredible.
Gervonta Davis comments that it's no surprise, saying he expected Shakur to showcase this level of skill and assert his dominance.
He would just be too good, like he didn't really have to.
Listen, I was fully confident he'd win the fight. I didn't think he'd win it as widely as that. I thought, you know, I mean, look, Teo's a great fighter. He made him look average in there. And that's because Shakur is so good. His IQ is so good. His footwork is so good. I actually think he could have stopped Teo if he would have pushed on the gas a little bit, but didn't need to. It was so easy. He's a 4-division world champion at 28 years of age. Phenomenal.
What was His Excellency saying ringside watching it?
Just that he's so good. You know, and I think sometimes people think that you know, Teo can do a little bit more, but like every time he tried to, he was just getting countered, peppered, and yeah, it was phenomenal to watch.
Conor Benn always managed to come away.
Started on a few people tonight.
Shakur Stevenson, so I just spoke to him there. He said his style's boring. He said if you like boxing, he gets it. But other than that, it's easy work for him. That fight realistic?
Yeah, why not? Look, for me, I still dream of Conor Benn winning a world title.
Eddie Hearn responds that he expected Shakur to win, but not with such authority. He says Stevenson surpassed expectations, dominated the bout brilliantly, and commends his skill, speed, and overall performance.
Listen, Bud, what you said, some people said 2-2. I understand. I think it's a shutout. Shakur won this round so far, but a little headbutt there, I guess. A warning from the ref. And that's probably the fault of Teo, be honest. He's rushing in head heavy, top heavy. But some judges like the aggressor more than the tactician. But for me, it's got to be effective aggression. It can't just be aggression. And a little bit better close to the round by Lopez. That was
it was. He went to the body better. He had a little success with the right hand to the body.
He got his range.
Zach Schumacher comments, "You can question the performance, but you can't question the heart. Boxing needs more fighters like Teofimo, willing to give everything. He delivered the action fans wanted, showing courage and determination. That commitment and bravery earn respect because risking it all is what makes the sport great." Meanwhile, Teddy Atlas reacts live, expressing disappointment in Teofimo's showing so far. He calls it tied up, not good, and notes that with all the pre-fight talk and hype, more was expected. Atlas points out that although Teofimo has
Terrence Crawford, the great Terrence Crawford, and I think they were making fun, to be honest. I think they were chiding Lopez and his father. I think they were chiding Lopez and his father a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk before this fight and some nasty stuff said on both sides. But you'd like to think after the fight that they gain some respect and put that to bed. Terrence Crawford doesn't lose, huh?
No, you don't.
Atlas praises Shakur's technical mastery, noting how he controlled distance, landed body shots, and effectively used his right hand. He points out that while Teofimo's father urges him to hit Shakur, Teddy hopes for smarter strategic guidance because Teofimo needs it now. He discusses the scoring, acknowledging that Teofimo may have done slightly better in the latter half, but overall remains behind. Atlas highlights the importance of Shakur's jab. Both fighters understand its value, yet Shakur, a true expert, has kept control. Ultimately, he stresses that for Teofimo to stay competitive, he must adjust, build on small successes, and counter Shakur's precision. Without that, Shakur's dominance is evident, and Teofimo faces a steep challenge.
I know boxing, and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is a stoppage. I can't ask for nothing else.
What would you think about, obviously, Teo's eye? He never seemed to be able to get into it at all. Is that kind of like the experience you had?
Well, he won a round or two, maybe, but that's it. Shakur dominant. He was able to hit him clean first round, able to avoid shots. Shakur is just on his A game. He's sharper, he's stronger, he's better, and now he's a 4-division world champion. I'm so proud.
Claressa Shields shares immense pride in Shakur Stevenson, praising his commanding performance over Teofimo Lopez. She notes that Shakur didn't merely win. He thoroughly outclassed Teofimo, proving why he ranks among the world's best. Shields highlights his precision, speed, and strategic brilliance, pointing out how effortlessly he controlled the fight and set the pace from start to finish. She emphasizes that displays like this cement Shakur's place at the elite level, showing he is not only a champion, but firmly in the top 4 of his division. Shields admires how Shakur blends defensive mastery with sharp offense, making every punch count while remaining composed under pressure. Even as Teofimo tried to adjust, Shakur's timing, skill, and ring IQ rendered him untouchable. For Shields, this fight clearly showcases Shakur's talent, determination, and standing as one of boxing's very best today.
Watch was a freaking masterclass beyond epic proportions. I thought Shakur might do something like this, but even this exceeded my expectations. You know, I thought it may be, if Shakur had a really good night, make it look easy and win 9-3, 10-2. This was 12-0, 11-1, and I mean, it was next level type stuff. Teo was trying everything. The various wrinkles to Shakur's style are unbelievable. I mean, I know people like to say he runs. That's because they don't understand what they're watching. I rarely, in my mind, have I ever seen Shakur literally run. Is he defensive? Yes. Because he doesn't open up into crazy offensive routines? Okay, yes. So that makes him defensive. But he never really runs. So he's a master of position. I'm always trying to talk about and explain to people that being a master of position is so important. You know, not breaking your position. And what I mean by that is when you make a defensive move, you're not